ஹலோ, யாரு? தன்ராஜா? நான் தான் ராமசாமி பேசுறேன்.
Hello, welcome to Vanga Pesalam. இன்னைக்கு என்னோட guest, my brother-in-law, Mr. Sanjay. Hello, Sanjay.
Hi, Sridhar. How are you?
Not bad. So today we're going to discuss, as per like your suggestion, we're going to talk about James Bond movies. So I don't want to do the first one, Dr. No One from Russia, because in a particular just trial basis, right? They're just trying out James Bond. So in a particular, the first big James Bond movie is like Goldfinger. So Goldfinger is an awesome movie, amazing villain, amazing plot. I mean, kind of ridiculous plot, but still it's amazing plot. But but still it's a lot of gadgets, right? The first time you see like James Bond really using all his gadgets and everything, and now like a very, very comfortable Sean Connery. So now Sean Connery knows what James Bond is supposed to do, and he's doing all those things. So like your thoughts on the movie?
So actually for me, this movie being like one of the best movies of all time, all James Bond movies, it was also the first English movie that I watched.
Oh, really? Interesting.
In a theater in Arakonam. And even more interesting is my parents did not want me to take me to this movie because I was like 11 years old or something like that. And so without telling my mother, my neighbor, Arkona, right? Like, on the husband took me to this movie. Like nobody knew. Like I was 11 years old. So I have like a huge sort of sentimental reason. I watched it a couple of times after that, but the first English movie.
Yeah, I don't even know what my first English movie was. Seriously, I cannot remember. 75, 70, I don't know what I watched. I remember a lot of Star Wars movies, watching Star Wars movies, having no clue what's going on. I think the one movie was, there is a couple of movies called Race with the Devil or படம். அதுதான் நம்ம தமிழ்ல எடுத்தாங்க, கழுகுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ரஜினிகாந்த் நடிச்ச படம் அது. அதான் கழுகுன்னு அந்த ஒரு பஸ்ல வச்சு ஒரு படம் அது. அது ஞாபகம் இருக்கு.
What a great movie. What good songs. Better than the original James Bond movies.
Yeah, like talking about Rajini, like switching topics. So what do you think about the Dada Saheb Phalke Award? Did you hear about it or no?
No, I actually haven't like done any, like I haven't like followed what happened since his.
Apparently he is given the highest cinema honor in the country.
Which is probably like well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved.
A little late.
But people are all like, obviously, and the people are saying election, people are BJP is trying to make it a politicizing. But still, it's like a well deserved stuff. The well deserved. He deserves it. He's
like
whatever, like his beginnings, whatever he has achieved, everything. It's an amazing story. No matter what.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very inspiring story. So now coming back to this Goldfinger. So what's your first impression of watching Goldfinger?
So yeah, I don't know if you've not seen the movie and you're looking at this podcast, you should probably.
I mean, if you've not seen the movie, it's not our fault. It's too late.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, from the 60s.
65, 63.
Holy cow! And the plot is like this amazing plot where. Like it's pretty, I mean, it sounds silly now, but if you think about it, it's a complicated plot. So the villain, Goldfinger, tries to increase the price of gold that he owns. Like he kind of like somehow smuggles gold and sort of keeps it in his sort of control. But the more important thing is, in order to increase the value of that gold that he owns, he wants to nuke the gold reserve bank in the US, Fort Knox, right? So it's a pretty complicated plot, number one, for that time, and even for this time. It's like, like economic incentive for doing that. And I think that might have been like one of those revolutionary movies because they didn't use Russia, because Russia is not the villain in that movie, right?
Yeah,
Because
I know. Yeah.
it's an easy thing to do. I think there they make some references like a Chinese government being, behind Goldfinger, but they don't really like overplay that one. So it's a solid plot in my view. Um, and other than that, obviously Sean Connery, I think in that movie, and I mean I've watched like the more recent movies, and I always think there's this one movie where the actor becomes James Bond. Like people start thinking, okay, that is how James Bond should be. And Sean Connery for this movie was where he was like very loose, like very chill. Obviously he like a lot of like origination points for this happened. Like his what is that thing? The martini thing, I think, is this movie. Shaken Not Stirred. So yeah, incredible movie overall. And I think it set Sean Connery apart from that movie.
I mean, like I said, the villain was an awesome guy. So the villain was a very good actor. Like a lot of amazing scenes in the movie, and there was an awesome bad guy too. The short, he was an awesome guy. The cap guy,
guy, yeah,
that guy was awesome.
And he had like a good name. Like actually, we had I had a another project that we're working on. We were coming up with a name.
Otis or something, right? His name is Otis.
Yeah. No, it's an Odd Job.
Odd Job. So Odd Job was there, and then the heroine name. Her name is also a funny name.
Pussy yeah.
And then like like that guy made fun of it. Austin Powers, he made fun of that. That was very nice. Very nice. Yeah, but I remember seeing that movie like the first the gadget was amazing. The Aston Martin car. The first time they're showing the Aston Martin car with all the funny gadgets, and the guy there is a button on the car which will like eject the seat and everything. That's kind of fun. And now I was just like rewatching some of the scenes. Some of the scenes are really silly though. Where that like in Miami, the first time they show the Goldfinger, he'll just try to cheat a guy playing poker.
Oh yeah.
He'll have like an earpiece, and the guy would have no problem. The guy, why is he there? Why is he wearing an earpiece? That'd be amazing to watch. So the guy cheating him. And one of the greatest scenes, according to me, is where we'll all have a meeting of bad guys, and one guy will not agree with Goldfinger, and then Goldfinger just shake his hand, send him away, and then the car will come back in a square shape at the end. That is an awesome scene. That's amazing, ultimate, amazing.
Yeah, I for me, like the most, like the twists in the movie, like even though you knew, like this twist for me was when they find out the nerve gas that he was going to use to kill people was not actually nerve gas. And the CIA guy kind of is alive and you know that he's alive, he doesn't die. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. I didn't even know what nerve gas was when I first watched. Like, what is nerve gas? That's very weird.
That was funny, and the thing is that there were like a huge bomb in the reserve. Finally, they stop at 007. That's all like pretty kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh my god,
kind of,
because he can't like disarm it, but somebody else comes in.
Somebody will come and do it, and all you just like take one spot where it is top. And he'll be like, James Bond, you can't do this. That was funny. Yeah, that a lot of things. And the first thing, the girl like who betrays Goldfinger, like in the poker game, and then like they will kill her, just putting the gold all over her. That was amazing.
Oh yeah.
The iconic scene.
That's actually pretty. That's pretty like original cruelty by the villain. Like I found like everything that he had. Obviously, the guy who uses the hat. Everything that this villain did was like pretty original. Like you couldn't have found in any other movie.
And then like Goldfinger was playing golf like Trump, I believe. Odd Job will be like
cheating on him.
Yeah. Odd Job will be dropping balls everywhere. But finally, like Bond will say, I still, I never got it the first time, but I watched again. So he just tells him that he played the wrong ball, so he has to forfeit. So it's just kind of.
Because he keeps losing, but losing, but somehow in the final hole,
Yeah.
like he wins. So yeah. So he has to forfeit. Yeah, and that's the funny thing about the whole movie is it's like a multi-country, like it is based in the US most of the
Based in the
time, which
US
was
most
kind
of
of
the
like
time.
new to
Yeah.
me because this guy has a British accent, like Scottish accent. I thought that's how people spoke in the US when I first
Yeah, but I
watched
mean,
the movie.
the whole thing like it happens in like the Kentucky, right? The Goldfinger will have a stud farm, and then they'll go there. They'll try to
Oh
arrest
yeah,
him.
yeah,
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 this
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a very complicated movie. Like
Yeah.
I did like that movie. Like I didn't understand a lot of it when I watched the first time. Made no sense to me. I was 11 years old.
And they also had the huge scene with the laser. They'll slowly be cutting the laser slowly, and then like Bond will just talk his way out of it. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, I don't know whether it was an ode to the old movie or not, but Pierce Brosnan in one of those movies, like where this Korean guy
Yeah, this one.
becomes like a diamond merchant or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
He has the same kind of scene where he gets tied to that thing and he waits for. By the way, I without like giving away like my second favorite sort of James Bond. I thought Pierce Brosnan
He
was
was
one of
very good.
the
I mean, I like this
yeah.
first movie, the one. What is that? What is his first movie? It's a very famous movie.
GoldenEye.
The Golden Eye. I
First
mean,
movie.
yeah, we saw in Singapore. That was an awesome movie. Very funny movie. Amazing action. Nice heroine. The great villain. Sean Bean was a great villain. That's a great movie. That's a very good movie.
Yeah,
I like a
I think
lot
they
of
made it
yeah,
softer for him, but
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they made it like intentionally softer for him, and he became like the equivalent of the Roger Moore
Yeah.
kind of like comparison. But it's not a good comparison. I think I love Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, Daniel Craig is more like Sean Connery, more rugged and everything. Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, they're kind of like a stylish. Even Roger Moore movie, I like this one very much. Octopussy was very good, made in India. That was a good movie.
You're in
Spy Who
India,
Loved Me
yeah.
was awesome. Spy Who Loved Me, they have the car which goes like into the beach, it becomes a boat. Sama Pass. It's a very good movie. Spy Who Loved Me. Moonraker was another weird one. Yeah.
I did like Roger Moore too, but he was not like my favorite guy, like James Bond. Daniel Craig, I don't know, like he's still not grown on me for some reason. Like I've never sort of like you can replace him with someone and people will forget him.
Yeah, the Casino Royale was good. After that, I kind of lost interest because it became too dark actually. Because the whole thing was about him like taking the revenge on people who killed his girlfriend. They became too dark.
Yeah.
Casino Royale was a very good movie. I liked the movie very much. It was nice. It was nice, simple made movie.
Yeah.
P.S. Brosnan,
yeah.
P.S. Brosnan, the Golden Eye was okay. Gold is Not Enough. That was also okay.
Oh, that was a good movie.
That was a fun movie. The second one.
Yeah, I think which is the movie? We have to go back to that movie, but like the movie where he is. They say the Korean guy. Was that
The World is
Not
Not
Enough?
Enough.
Yeah, and like that movie, like had everything, right? They had like Halle Berry in it, like just like everybody in it.
Yeah.
Right, and
it
then
took
they
me a
also had
while
like
for me to understand what happened to the Korean guy. What's going on the Korean guy? And then oh my God, he got a transplant. He's now like a different guy. Okay.
Face transplant. And he was a good actor, like incredibly good actor. The Ice Palace, like everything in that movie was just like rich.
The car was awesome. The car which can just like
the disappearing car.
Disappearing car was awesome.
Oh my God,
that was
a phenomenal movie. Like I think James Bond movies lost their kind of touch post Pierce Brosnan because they stopped entertaining and they like started looking for a plot. Like a continuous plot, because Pierce Brosnan never had a continuous plot. Like he shows up, does his thing, goes home. The newer movies,
that's how it should be, right? You should not have a continuation at all. I mean, it just be like every movie is like an individual movie. Like you don't have to watch the other one to watch this one.
I think the intent was that at the very beginning, if you're gonna think about the movies that failed, like movies which were like poorly made or like failed one, was this one I don't know, I forget the name of the guy, but he was just like a movie in the movie for one movie.
Yeah, I know that
Um,
guy, the Bond who spectacularly failed. I remember that guy.
yeah, not
He's a very good actor though, but for some reason he was not a James Bond guy.
yeah, but that's the one where his wife dies. You know, like first of all, James Bond getting married and all that on Her Majesty's service, George Lazenby.
Yeah.
I'm just looked it up. Like that was like, yeah, the same thing happened with Daniel Craig and his girlfriend dies in Venice. I don't know. I think it should be like you said, like it should be like like
See,
a
it should be like a fun movie. Like if you take Spy Who Loved Me, it's a fun movie. It's an awesome movie. You know, you could just watch it, just sit there, just enjoy all the actions. You know, and that too had some really ridiculous villains and everything. They had a huge sea thing on there. that was amazing, actually. It was a great movie. It was a great.
I found the sort of like the entertainment factor in these movies are very, very high. You can go there, you can like laugh at certain things. Then now it's extremely like, I mean, the movie themselves, like they're shot in dark areas. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, the Daniel Craig one, it kind of became really dark, actually. They become kind of dark. Maybe because of his personality, I don't know what, but maybe he cannot do comedy.
No, I think they also they choose directors and villains, or like, you know, similar to that sort of like dark thing too, right? Like not just like a the latest movie, I forget the villain, but it was also like in the
Skyfall.
Skyfall. Yeah, it's
Skyfall.
This guy,
the Spanish guy.
Yeah. Skyfall was Javier
Bardem.
Yeah, he's like a character actor, so definitely not setting up for like light entertainment. But I hope it changes, in my view, because I think we lost the thread where he always has this like 3-step process, right? Like the first one is, I mean, even in this movie in GoldenEye, there's this starting thing where they introduce him. He does something which is crazy and awesome and fun, and then he says like, I'm Bond, James Bond. That should be there. They should not take that out, right? Like that should be like the first part, and then the setup for like what he's gonna do, and then he's kind of careless about it for a bit, gets caught and that sort of stuff, and then he comes back and kind of wins against all odds. They should keep that.
Yeah, I mean, even the Casino Royale too, there's a very first chase scene that the guy does a lot of parkour. I don't know if you remember that. He goes through the whole construction thing. Oh my goodness, that was
beautiful.
Solid.
Yeah, it was artistic almost. Yeah,
that is solid 10 minutes of action. I still remember watching. I'm going like I just had to rewind and watch the whole thing again because it's so awesome to watch the very first time. The guy doing a lot of weird stuff and everything. It's really good. Yeah.
And maybe like that is that's a good point. So the introduction of like something new, like this Parker thing, was crazy. Like it was just such a like that alone is like a movie. You know, you watch it for 10 minutes, it could be like a short, like well made movie.
Yeah, that was a great introduction to him, to Daniel Craig too. It was a very good introduction.
Oh, that was his first movie. Yeah. But it's an incredible, I like Daniel Craig in the specific sort of situations where in that movie, like no one else could have done what he did, and you know you can't see like Pierce Brosnan running behind the parkour guy, like not gonna happen.
No, but he's like well built too, right? Daniel Craig is really well built. You know, he's athletic and everything, so he can convince. But the problem is, like I said, he cannot do comedy. I don't think he can be a comedic James Bond. You know, like Roger Moore, like he can be a really funny James Bond, right?
Yeah,
and a lot of fun. Even like Pierce Brosnan can do a lot of funny stuff.
Oh yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Yeah,
he can do.
Well, because Pierce Brosnan came from that, right?
Yeah,
the slapstick TV comedy.
Yeah, Remington Steele.
Remington Steele. Yeah, so definitely good.
Yeah, it was weird for me to watch Sean Connery in that movie. What is the movie? Untouchables, right? Like I always see him as James Bond. Suddenly he's doing some character acting. I'm like, wow, who's this? What's going on here? That was funny. Yeah.
I think I don't know whether there was like a certain period where you couldn't act in any other movie if you were James Bond. I think they had like that
They
kind
had,
of
yeah,
thing, and then
because Roger Moore, you cannot remember him from any other movie.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even
That's true.
He did some weird movie, but we cannot even remember him from any other movie.
Yeah,
Which is kind of weird.
but but that's like, I think it was also partially by plan, but maybe Roger Moore, like basically like so not Roger Moore, sorry, Sean Connery, at some point like he kind of broke some contract or whatever, but he tried to get out. Like he did this sort of like, the second set of movies, right? Like one movie, like Never Say Never Again, right? When
he
he
just
came
came
back,
back
and
for
I
that.
think it was,
He
yeah,
just came back for that.
yeah. I feel like it was more like something. There's a story behind that around like contracts and stuff.
Contract and yeah.
Because, yeah, I would not, like, even though it's a well-paying job, it's just such a like a deep sort of like,
No, that's what even
you're
he's telling,
forever
right?
known for
Like
one thing.
that's what he's telling, right? It's just like too much to be James Bond. That's what he's telling Daniel Craig. He cannot do it anymore. Just too much. I don't know exactly what that means, but I don't know. But
No, yeah,
yeah,
it's a franchise, right? Like
franchise.
it's like being the face of the franchise for like it's a lot of pressure. I think movies made a lot of recent 3 or 4 movies made a lot of money, right? Because there were times when
Skyfall was make very good money. But I mean, but even like Daniel Craig is doing a lot of great movies too. I don't know if you saw this movie about that. What's the movie? Where he plays the Southern detective. He just came in iron something knives and something. Forgot.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie about the murder that happens in a southern home, and then this guy, he goes and he tries to find the killer, you know. So that was a very he did full southern accent in that.
Wow.
It's called Knives Out.
Knives Out.
It came and they are making part 2. Wow, okay. He kind of a Louisiana detective with all the accent to
But a
go with.
serious movie
Serious movie.
or funny
Serious
movie?
movie, but
Serious
it's a
movie.
serious
Oh.
movie. He made like severe full accent. It's really strange to watch, actually. But it's a very good movie. You should watch it. It's a very good movie, though. It's very suspenseful and very interesting movie.
I should watch it. Yeah, I do like him and like Layer Cake, and there's a couple of movies that I've watched like from way back when, before he became James Bond.
Yeah.
I did like him. I just feel like he's gonna define James Bond a different way for this generation, and then the next James Bond hopefully switches it back to
I
something
don't know
more fun and
who's the next
entertaining.
Bond. It's going to be what Idris Elba saying.
No, isn't it Robert? No, I was going to say Robert Pattinson because the next Batman is Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Terrible news.
But she has to eat
Terrible
first,
news
right?
for everyone.
I thought you're saying Idris Elba will be a very good one. Idris Elba, he'll be a very good choice. I just saw his.
But Idris Elba also is like a little older, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I think you have to be at least in your early 40s. And Idris Elba is like now he's 50 years old, I think.
Yeah, but the guy from Star Wars, what's his name? The guy who played in the recent Star Wars, the African American guy. He's very good actually. He could try, but he's kind of short. But he could try. He could be a next James Bond. I don't know. There is another movie called Logan Lucky from Daniel Craig. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that is a comedy. Yeah,
that's a fun movie. A really nice movie. So yeah, maybe who knows? She could do comedy. I don't know, but he's never done any comedy in the James Bond role. Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
he's always been a serious guy.
It's all like tragic. Like everything starts tragically and ends like with a lot of like crazy violence. Yeah. This to me would needs to change. I feel like they have to redefine James Bond with a new actor, because this can't go on for too long.
I think that there's one more movie coming from Daniel Craig, and after that, I think he's done. I believe, right?
Yeah.
No Time to Die is the one James Bond. After that, he's done. Yeah. After that, he's done. Somebody has to come in then. Next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they should make this guy like the Pakistani American actor, the guy who comes in
Oh, I know.
Silicon Valley.
I know Silicon Valley. Oh, Kunal Nanjiani. Oh,
Yeah, I think they should make him. That'll be like a good James Bond movie I'd watch.
No, that's great. That guy is true. That guy is really funny. I mean, Silicon Valley is amazing. Amazing. Silicon Valley. I don't know if you saw
It'll be like
yeah. Did you see his movie about his life story? He made a movie with his own life story. அது பாத்தீங்களா நீங்க? He made a
oh I know the love sick
love
love or
lesson,
something.
yeah, something. A very nice movie. Awesome.
Oh yeah, his wife
His wife, yeah.
who is falls sick. Oh yeah, I watched that one. He's an amazing actor too,
Amazing actor, yeah.
and he's gonna be in he's gonna be one of the super. He's part of the Marvel universe.
But now,
That's
wow.
yeah. He's sort of he's gonna play I don't know which character, but I mean maybe it's a rumor, but it just says like rumor is that he's gonna be like a Marvel character, and then he's kind of jacked up because of that. Like he
Yeah, I
worked
saw
out
the. I
six
saw
pack.
him being jacked up. He was like recommending his if he's like a trainer and everybody. You know, but he's completely jacked up now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I think that would make like a bunch of people's head explode. Because you can make a case, you know, like Pakistanis in the UK, they're like probably third generation now.
I don't think he's from UK. Is he
MI6.
from UK? He's not from UK, right?
He's not from the UK. He's from Pakistan.
Pakistan, I'm
But
saying, but
you can make a plot.
yeah. A Pakistan guy who came to the US, right? Who came to the US. Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah.
That'll be funny. I'd love it. I'd love to watch him.
Yeah. He was very good. Okay. So what else?
And to me, the opening scenes are important for most of his movies, like most James Bond movies, independent of like the actor. I think something that they've kept really kept up and like worked hard. Which movie is that? Is it Quantum of Solace, maybe? Where the opening scene is in Mexico City during the Day of the Dead, where the building collapses on him, and then he like runs to like stop a guy from like boarding a helicopter. Oh my god!
No, there are a
That
lot
was
of
like-
opening scenes. Even the Spy Who Loved Me, they have a skiing scene that is very nice.
Oh,
And then he jumps,
yeah.
and then the flag comes out. That's
It's just
very
like
nice.
yeah.
Even that one, the GoldenEye has an amazing opening scene. GoldenEye. Even Tomorrow
The world
Never
is
Dies.
not enough.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah,
is a
the one
great
oh
one.
no, yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies
It's a very
is the
good
one
scene.
where he like
The
takes
black
the
market plane and everything. That's an awesome scene.
play. Oh,
That's a great
what is
one.
that? One of the villains' name is Gupta.
Yeah, that's a
the
great.
guy who like
yeah, that's
messes
a
with
great
the satellite.
opening sequence. Yeah. That's a great.
Oh wow, that's like yeah. To me, somehow Pierce Brosnan. People thought it was like a joke or like a funny James Bond, but like in that opening scene, like he goes like, "Ask the admiral where he wants the missiles delivered." I was like, "Wow, that's good."
And some of the ending scenes also is awesome. Half the time it's like Bond is making out with somebody. that's what
Yeah.
happens.
What is in the Goldfinger? It is when they're in like a raft,
Raft, and then
right?
and then he'll
Like
say, yeah,
the
now it's not the time to be rescued. And
I'm actually pretty surprised that James Bond movies have not like over time been like criticized or canceled or you know. I'm actually pretty surprised people didn't like.
No, but I mean, like a
survive
lot of
the-
funny things. The Octopus, they'll have that finally the pod will come to that thing and everybody will be there. That'll be funny. That'll be funny. And then this world is not in die another day. Other than last on there, like they will have the scan of them. Oh my God, it's turning red. I didn't buy a
and the other thing is I like about James Bond movies is it's hit or miss, right? Like the opening song. The artists who played
Goldfinger was a great song. The Goldfinger was a great song.
Goldfinger was a great song.
There was one from Tina Turner, I believe, one of those movies. I forgot which one. She had a very good song.
Tina Turner, yeah. Tina Turner was like that's a Pierce Brosnan movie.
Yeah, that's a very nice one.
Yeah. I have like my like very like off the wall favorite.
Mm.
Nobody likes this guy, but I love this song. Sam Smith.
Oh, he just came recently,
Writings
right?
on the Wall.
Yeah, he came
Yeah,
recently.
Writings on the Wall.
Mm.
With in the same movie where Quantum of Solace, I think, where the same movie where he has the Mexico City
Yeah.
running thing.
What is the other?
And that's like a hit or miss.
Adele sang a song too, right? For him, Adele sang a song. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, that was a good song.
That one is about I know what the song is actually. That one was Skyfall, and it is like, it just says like, Skyfall is kind of in there. And obviously Sam Smith one, it was nothing about the thing, but he's like a love song, and he like sings it, and it has nothing to do with the movie, like nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, what is your number one Bond movie?
Number one Bond movie would be for me, I think. Yeah, I think the Goldfinger would be number one. Like of all the movies I've watched, I mean, because it's like just like sentimentally, it's my number one movie. But my second best movies are sort of anything that Pierce Brosnan was.
Mm.
And even the Timothy Dalton one, Living Daylights.
That was okay. That was a great movie, though.
No, but I mean, not a. Well, it failed on many sort of like levels.
He just came just for one movie. That's it, right? He just came for one.
Yeah, one movie. He was not set up right. Again, same problem, right? Like he kind of loses his like something, like wife or girlfriend in that movie, or like a friend's wife dies, and like they should never put him in places where he's like tragic. Those movies never do well, except for a couple of great movies. But the one thing I like about that movie is it's such a hokey movie. Like the whole, like, you would think it was made in the 50s, right? The sets were hokey, the story was terrible, but he tried to kind of trudge through that one.
Yeah, he tried, but poor guy. I mean, I don't watch his movie and like, what is happening here? I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, he tried comedy in that movie. He's not a comedy guy. Like he tried comedy, nothing worked. He like trudged through that one. And I was like, wow.
See, the person who would have been a great Bond is Liam Neeson. He would have been an amazing Bond, but unfortunately, he's not born in UK, right?
Oh yeah,
he would have been a great Bond actually. Actually, all of the movies are like Bond only, right?
Bond movies, yeah. One man against the world.
Against Bond. Yeah,
that's true.
That's true. He would have been a great.
I think they should cast like an American.
No, I don't think they will do that. They cannot do that because it's kind of fixed, right? The character is the UK Bond guy who Q. There's no, we can't do much about it, right? Yeah. What
did you think about the young Q?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
They switched, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, they went from John Cleese to this guy now, right? So it's not bad.
Yeah. And I loved the old Q, and I like even before
the very first one was amazing. That guy came in a lot of movies, very funny guy. They had a nice rapport. Whoever came in, John Cleese was okay. He kind of was not bad for a couple of movies.
Not bad, but like such a strong character though, right? Because rest of the people, we don't know them. We know John Cleese really well. So I did enjoy some of his sort of things. And I always feel like in this movie, Goldfinger was when he introduces all these like gadgets, and that became a thing. And every movie was again like I used to look forward to all of these things. Like, what are they going to do this time? And the cars, oh my god! There's one terrible thing that happened in my view is when they did the Jaguar. I think Ford did a deal with them. And they had like a Jaguar kind of like deal. Didn't work out well. It's a terrible idea. BMW.
Yeah, the car in that golden eye, that was a cute. That's one you had, right? That was a nice car. Z3 or something. Yeah.
That was Z8.
Z8.
That I cannot. Yeah, I want to buy the same one for sure. But the BMW one was like, I thought was a fruitful sort of thing, in which the world is not enough is where he has that thing where remote control BMW 5 Series. Yeah, it was a pretty cool sort of way they kind of put it all together. But then Aston Martin is Aston Martin. Nothing
Yeah.
like, even when they introduced the old Aston Martin in the new movies, you're like, oh my god, that's the James Bond car. You can never replace that, right? What's her name? Halle Berry comes in a Ford Thunderbird in one of them. Like, get out of here,
Yeah.
right?
Other
Like,
is not
stop
enough,
it.
right? Die Another Day is with the other girl. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Diana.
Which is good, yeah. Halle Berry was again another. Yeah, it was also a very good movie. Halle Berry one was a good movie. I think that was the last Pierce Brosnan movie, I believe. After that, Daniel Craig took over.
Yeah, and it all kind of like blended in these movies. But more and more you see, like in the Daniel Craig movies, the cars are there. You know, they did bring back the old Aston Martin for a couple of times, which is pretty amazing. But gadgets take a little bit of a backseat. I think they should bring it back because it used to be a thing. You know, they should do a better deal. Like they should do a deal with Alexa or something.
I know.
Which is what they should do. Now that you just reminded me, because you said in the Goldfinger thing, the guy has like a massive thing, like antenna and everything.
Wondering the guy would have no clue what's going on. Why is he wearing a earpiece with Goldfinger? Is he deaf? No, not that.
Yeah, like that guy wears that, and the girl is like not too far away on that like thing. She has like a binocular, which is like, oh god. It still worked. I think that movie worked for me.
Okay.
Which is the movie where he goes to India, like you said, right? Octopus.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Octopussy was a good movie. Vijay Amuthraj was there.
Harley.
Vijay Amuthraj was there. Yeah, that was a great movie. I mean, they had all the weird stuff with it, but it's a very good movie though. It had a lot of nice things too. A lot of fun there.
Yeah, I would watch it again. That movie, just because. Hopefully,
even like that
movie,
one had an awesome opening scene. There'll be like a plane coming up to a horse carriage. You know, there'll be a small plane.
Oh yeah,
coming out of the horse carriage. That's an awesome scene.
Yeah.
He'll just like go to a bunk and then say, "Petrol, please." That would be funny. That's fun.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this was awesome.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for watching my video. Please hit like and subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much.